Did you know that 1 in 3 women over 40 are insulin resistant and don't even know it? And that this hidden issue that you might have going on that you don't realize is driving belly fat, weight gain, accelerating aging, and increasing your risk for heart disease, which is the number one killer of women over 40. And so, if you're like most women that I know that I come into contact with, that I speak with, you probably have been counting calories. You've been doing all the workouts, doing the sauna this and the hot works that and the orange theory this, and you're taking all the pills and powders and supplements, and you're doing all the things, you're putting all this effort in, but you're not really getting any results, or at least any results that you think you should be seeing for as much effort as you're putting in, right? So it's likely that insulin and inflammation are working against you. So that's what we're going to get into in today's video. I'm going to break that down, and I'm going to get into really the truth about women's hormones and how that impacts and affects our aging, insulin, inflammation, and heart disease. Some really important topics that we as women over 40 need to be aware of, need to be concerned about, need to have them on our radar when it comes to our health and our longevity as we age. We want to have healthy aging longevity. So we need to know about these things. We need to be aware because we might start to feel kind of betrayed by our bodies as all of these changes start to happen. We don't even know what's going on. We don't really recognize ourselves anymore. We're putting in all this effort and nothing is really changing for us, at least in the way that we want it to change. And maybe we might feel like we're even broken a little bit. And I want to be here to tell you that, your metabolism isn't broken. You're not broken. It's just misunderstood. There's so many changes occurring. We just need to get to know her. We just need to get to know our new body and how it's changing and really honor her. And so that's what I really wanted to get into in this episode. Again, any questions, just drop them in the chat or send me a DM, okay? So, as I said in the intro, insulin resistance. 1 in 3 women over 40 have it, don't even know they got it. And insulin resistance is so dangerous because insulin resistance directly is driving increased belly fat, increased weight gain. And the reason why belly fat especially is dangerous for us is because it's that collection of fat right around our middle. And that fat goes deeper. And I'm here to tell you that if you're outwardly seeing signs of belly fat on the outside, it's a sign, it's a symptom, it's your body letting you know that there's a deeper problem brewing inside that you can't see. You're just seeing the outward manifestation of it, but there's something way worse happening inside, and that is insulin resistance and inflammation. And that belly fat is highly inflammatory. And it's been proven, so much research, we all know that systemic inflammation, chronic inflammation is the driver of so many chronic illnesses, diseases that we got going on right now. So it's nothing to fool around with. It's something to be very concerned about. And again, as we start to age, I'm going to get into the hormones here in a minute, but as we start to get older and go through perimenopause and menopause, those hormones are just leading us further and further into insulin resistance if we're not really aware of it, if we're not doing things to reverse that. So we want to try to reverse insulin resistance. We want to try to get rid of that belly fat so we don't have as much of that inflammation. And it's kind of like a circle. The more belly fat we have, the more inflammation we get. And the more inflammation we get, the more belly fat we have. So we have to break that cycle. And again, cardiovascular disease, heart disease, the number one killer of women over 40. I can't even tell you that. And that comes directly from insulin resistance and inflammation, comes directly from that. So again, anything we can do to reverse that, the better off we're going to be for the long term. So let's get into hormones right now. Let's talk about hormones. And I think people always get into when people think about hormones, they always just go to like the sex hormones, which I am going to talk about estrogen and progesterone, but we need to talk about insulin. Insulin is a hormone also. We got hundreds of hormones in our body. But right now, I'm going to talk about progesterone, estrogen, and insulin because, again, I just got done talking about insulin resistance. So, how does this all tie together? Well, estrogen helps to keep your insulin in check. Your insulin tells your body what to do with the blood sugar, to sugar in your body. It tells your body what to do. So, estrogen helps to keep insulin sensitivity in check. So, as estrogen levels start to drop, that's how we can start to have more and more insulin resistance. That happens during perimenopause and menopause. Okay. Now, progesterone also impacts stress, cortisol, and blood sugar regulation. So, when progesterone is low, cortisol, the stress hormone, belly fat rises, making our insulin resistance worse. So, hold on, baby. Hold on. Okay, sweet. Okay, baby. Hang up? Yes, go ahead and hang up. I'm doing a video. Okay, that was my son. All right, so let's get back to progesterone. Is that where it was? Yeah. So, oh no, hormonal changes plus the insulin resistance equals accelerated aging, weight gain, and higher inflammation. So, this is why belly fat, the weight gain, and aging all seem to speed up after 40, and why the calorie counting and the workouts and the pills and the supplements just don't seem to be doing what they want, what they need to be doing, what they should be doing for you. It's all because of these hormones and how they're impacting insulin regulation and inflammation in your body. Very important to understand all of that, okay? Another thing I want to briefly talk about is nutrition, diet, because what I find is that when I start having women track their food and or look at what they've been tracking, many times the macro ratio is off. So it's really important to dial in your macros, dial in your nutrition when you're looking at optimizing your hormones and decreasing inflammation and increasing insulin sensitivity. Macro ratio is very important because what I find is many women are used to many, many years of a diet that is high fat, high carb, and low protein. And that is not a macro ratio that is going to be supportive of an optimized metabolism and optimized body. It's not going to be something that is going to be able to have your body run and hum, sustain, have stamina, perform how you want it to perform when that ratio is off. So, adjusting the macros in a way that is going to work for you to decrease inflammation, to increase insulin sensitivity is going to be in your favor. So, something to think about when it comes to your diet and your nutrition. I'm not going to get too into that because that really does directly impact your metabolism. And it's really time to stop fighting our bodies. Because, again, as I said, many of us feel betrayed by our bodies, like we don't understand our bodies anymore. As things start to change, our mood is all over the place, our energy levels are all over the place. And yes, hormones are playing a part, but there's also things that we are doing environmentally, nutritionally, physically, psychologically. There's all these other factors that go into it. And again, your metabolism isn't broken. You're not broken. You're just misunderstanding her. We just have to get back into connection with her, because in all reality, all those years and years and years of you doing those yo-yo diets, um, extreme this, 75 hard that, that has really damaged your body, damaged your metabolism. You're most likely not metabolically flexible anymore because of all of that. And there are ways that we can bring her back, that we can bring your body back, your health back, that we can reset all these things. And that's exactly what I do in my Bio90 Reset. It's a 12-month program. I have a couple different tiers, a couple different entry points for that. And also, if you're interested, I have a bio audit, which really examines your blood work. So that's a whole other aspect that I did not get into in this show today, but I did mention some of those hormone levels. Um, there's inflammatory markers. There's so much that you can learn about the state of your body and where you kind of sit when it comes to insulin resistance and where it comes to inflammation, heart disease, through your blood work. And that's really the best place, the foundational place to start is really know your blood work, because your blood tells a story unique to you. Your blood don't lie. So your blood's going to tell you exactly what you got going on, what you've been doing, what you haven't been doing, and what you need to do more of. Your blood work will absolutely tell you all of those things. So blood work is just a foundational thing that I love to work with. And I do that with my bio audit and my blood work breakdown. That's one of the services I offer also. So either lots of different ways to work with me, lots of different ways to put this all into action for you and really understand more about your body and really start seeing results for all the effort that you're putting in, really seeing results, understanding your body, learning how to work with her instead of against her. That's the name of the game. Okay. So, if you liked today's show, if you learned something, subscribe and share. Again, depending on what platform you're watching on, definitely, because every woman really does deserve to take command of her body and her health. And I truly believe that the best years of your health are ahead of you. All right. So, that's what I have in today's show. Thank you so much for watching. And like I always say, for a balance.